class or any.
That's because I think people say that they're weak and stuff, so they have to be extra hard just to prove it.
Yes.
That's what I heard. A lot of people
No, you have to.
I got some kind of smile.
You're gonna get the link.
No, it's kind of like excuse. And then I heard they usually okay if it's first time. But
Okay,
this one,
all right.
no.
All right, let's start. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so
Pointing out that
yeah.
investor ID.
Yeah,
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
yeah.
I hadn't
started watching.
watched it. I thought it was part of.
Watch the iOS thing too.
1924 and 22.
You.
Did you say?
Audio files 1921, 23. Not 19.
Oh, this for everybody?
Yeah, it's just me.
Working on people sharpen.
Yeah, here. Okay.
We already got this, no?
This one. Oh, this I changed it.
Oh, okay. I need to find out over so I can figure it out.
Turn is using to the way he gave you 10, 20
Oh, we're gonna.
seconds.
Oh, it's only. We're gonna learn this much.
No, no.
Oh, okay. It's like wow, this is a lot to do.
Okay. I might not be able to cover the drive system tonight. Okay, it might be too much. Okay, the first topic is it should start here. Okay, last 1 week or two, I was always thinking about the issue of the coachable, teachable, trainable. Okay, I'm looking at several people, not only in the team, also in general in our community. Okay, if I say like this, you might feel scared, but I have to tell you. Okay, when I look at the people, I feel we're gonna make money. You understand? When I talk to the people, including all my team members or members in the community, I feel it. We're gonna make money. That
How?
Hugo said, "Move my big head."
Can I make money?
Oh, you can't see
What do
me.
you think?
I'm looking at him. My hair was in the way.
Naturally. Palm readers.
okay, that is relating with this topic. Okay, coachable, teachable, trainable. Okay, then there are several ways I'm gonna explain this topic, but just okay, starting with this. Okay, this key to success. Okay. If you look at this, my key to success 2-page documents. Okay, first, internal individual mind. Okay, leave it middle, internal relationship, mind and body unity. External individual I. The last portion is external relationship with others and circumstances, right? I divided four how to say maybe section, okay, to analyze myself. Okay, first, just focusing my mind. Also, unity between mind my mind and my body. And then I'm going to establish myself who's going to be the subject to do this business. But also I have to make a relationship between, I have to make a relationship with other people. Okay? Therefore, I made those 4 separate sections. My mind, the mind and body unity, and myself, and then myself and other people's relationship. Okay. If you look at the second page, okay, second page, external relationship with others and circumstances. From number 1 to number 6, right? Number 7. Those are relating with today's topic. Before I go into this, okay, in this business, okay, in this business, you are now doing some kind of individual game. Okay, Laura is about to get 5-star qualify and start building a team. Right, but until then, you are doing your individual game. After you got qualified, you're gonna start building the team. Building team means you're gonna lead the team. Of course, still we're gonna work together as a bigger team, but you have to have a very clear concept that you have to build a team. Means you're gonna become the leader. Okay, you're gonna lead 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe like 3,000, okay, like a skull roll, right? You have to have a clear directions which direction we are going to. Okay, the reason I'm sharing everything I have is not just for individual game. After you got qualified, you have to lead your team, right? You have building your team. Then that is the way you're gonna make big money in this marketing business. Okay? If then to lead a team, you have to have a philosophy. You have to have a clear mindset. You have to analyze yourself. Otherwise, you can't lead a team. This is a very deep stuff. Okay? Not just technique. Okay, not just sales technique. You have to have a deeper mindset. Understanding of deeper mindset. Deeper understanding of the mindset. Then when I share this content a little bit in the impact webinar 2 weeks ago, okay, in the beginning I mentioned like this. Okay, this is the first impact webinar for me. Therefore, I want to share with you the most important contents for me. Okay? We're going to talk about technique all the time, okay, including Ghana State. Okay, lots of strategies, okay, technique for direct sales. Those are technical or more external aspects for me. Those are important. I'm not saying those are not important. Those are important, but most important aspect is more mindset. Okay, people don't understand how important this mindset is, how important this kind of philosophy is. Okay? For me, 80% of the success is rely on this mindset. Okay, the reason I'm sharing like this is, okay, I already introduced you, right? My Japanese mentor, okay, Kazuo Inamori. Okay, again, I forgot to bring his book, but I read most of his book. Okay, his name is Kazuo Inamori. Kazuo Inamori. Yeah. Okay, he's a Kyocera, founder of the Kyoto Ceramic Company. Kyoto Ceramic, shortly Kyocera, a very famous company in Japan. Okay. Also, he's a KDDI. This is a telephone company in Japan, KDDI. Also, he's a chairman of JAL, Japan Airlines. Okay? He's a billionaire, honestly. He has a foundation. He's giving lots of money to the scholars and people who are contributing to society. But my point is this, okay? You can Google it. You can find him easily on the website. Okay? He established the group called Seiwajuku. Seiwajuku. Okay? I'm a member of Seiwajuku. This is a kind of small school for the business owners nationwide, not in Japan, internationally. Okay? In America, we have a chapter, New York and Chicago, also Silicon Valley and California and Hawaii. I think that's all. Still, we have a very small number of chapters. We founded Seiwajuku 7 years ago in Chicago. Okay. What I'm saying is, okay, Inamori, Mr. Inamori founded this Seiwajuku to support small business owners in Japan and also international. But when he talks 1 and a half or sometimes half day, 1 day, he talks about only philosophy. He never talks about technical things at all. Okay. He became Japan Airlines, chair of Japan Airlines several years ago. Japan Airlines was facing bankruptcy, right? Then, of course, so many issues in the management. But to rebuild the company, he was talking about philosophy to the leadership. Then automatically, those people's mindset changes. Okay? Also, the way of management of the company, it changes. In 2 years, he rebuilt the Japan Airline. I can testify so many things what he did it, but he's always emphasizing the mindset or philosophy. Okay, that's why I always talking about this kind of my philosophy into this business. Without philosophy, you cannot do the business. Okay? It seems like business and mindset is different, but very heavily relating with each other. As I said, 80% of your success is totally depending on your mindset. If you do this business, first of all, you're going to ask why you do this business, right? Why you do this business? Okay? Mr. Inamori always asking, did you ask what you're doing for better purpose, good, greater purpose, or good, or just for yourself? Did you check your motivation? This is the basic stuff, right? Then, therefore, you're gonna start with why. You have to think about why you do this business. Then what you're doing is for contributing for the good, better purpose, or just for yourself. When he initiates some bigger project, he always thinking about not just making money. Okay, if he start doing this kind of big project, this is gonna be contributing to the society or country or not. That is his measurement when he initiates some project. Okay. Therefore, this my success, key to success in marketing business with not only marketing business, any business. Okay, but especially I wrote this for marketing businesses. The same, this can be applied for the real estate business too. And this is not just this is not just for the business. Okay, I say in Impact Webinar, this is my philosophy. This is how I think. This is how I feel. This is how I lived life. Okay. Therefore, behind this one sentence, I have lots of thoughts, lots of thought behind this. Okay. Therefore, you have to build your own philosophy. You have to build your own internal, external policy to do this business. As I say, in the future, you're going to be the leader, right, Catrice? Right? You're going to be the leader. You have 100, 200 people under you. You have to guide them, right? Okay, this is a missing part for many. When I joined Realtors, I did 2 years marketing. Then I stopped doing it. I didn't tell you this, but I tell you honest reason. 11 years ago, 10 years ago, people made tons of money. Okay. Even my mentor was saying that, Steve, my income is so small. How much? $50. That was 11 years ago, 10 years before market crashed. Many people made 20, 30, 40,000 a month in the marketing side of the business. My mentor saying that my income is smallest in the community. I said, I asked how much? 15,000 a month. That's the smallest. It's crazy, right? Crazy. Then, as time goes, what I have seen was, people made the money. People made the money. That's great for those people. But how many people follow them? How many people duplicated or caught up those people? They do the same thing. That was questionable for me. That's why, of course, this is your individual business, not the group business. Therefore, eventually you have to take full responsibility. You have to take responsibility for your business, by yourself. You cannot rely on anybody else. But as a mentor, you as an individual who want to start this business has a responsibility. I, as a mentor, also has that responsibility, right? Therefore, I was really bit concerned about how much I can take responsibility to lead you. Therefore, I couldn't do that. Honestly, 11 years ago, I couldn't do that. But when I decided to do this business last year, I was fully committed into this business. Means not just for myself. When I knew that when I start this business, I'm gonna bring people in. Those people become my students. Those people my IMAs. I have to take responsibility as IMA, right? That was a huge commitment, not just for myself, for this community. Right? Several years ago, when I was given some opportunity to speak to our community members in the office, I was saying like this: if you cannot take responsibility to take care of your IMA, don't bring them in. I say it like that. I was pointing out several specific individuals. Yeah. I said like this: how many people did you bring in? How many people stay in this business in 2 years? You don't feel any responsibility for that result. That was my question in the public meeting. If you did it, best to take care of a guest, and still, of course, as I said, eventually this is your responsibility, right? It's your responsibility. You cannot blame it. But if you don't fulfill your responsibility, those people fall apart. You don't feel any pain in your heart. That was my question. Therefore, when I decided to do this business, when I started this kind of team meeting, my commitment is I'm gonna share everything I have to you. It's up to you. You don't need me, that's fine. But as my part, I'm gonna invest everything into you. Then you're gonna digest, then you're gonna improve it, then you can do much better than my business. That's great. If you do business much better than me, that is my success too. Right? Therefore, today's topic, coachable, teachable, trainable. This is mostly this is talking about the marketing business. This is results. I don't need to hide, right? I'm making almost 16,000 a month for the marketing business. This average this year, 16,000 a month. And then my goal is 250,000 this year. 250 means I have to make a little over $20,000 a month to reach this goal. Not just achieving these numbers. Okay, I'm always thinking to achieve this goal. What kind of internal aspect I have to improve it? What kind of external skills I have to improve it? When I look at my IMAs, or in the lead team, okay, leaders in training teams, okay, who are organizing lots of events, I'm a PIT. Also, I am a lead team, right? And I saw the reality of the business of those people. Okay? Because among you, okay, some people made some money, but mostly you didn't make money, right? It's a reality. Laura made living money, but all other people didn't make any money. You made living money. Okay, leave it. Nothing, almost close to nothing, right?
Right. They so nice, right?
Okay, let's talk about. I'm sorry, Akira, I gotta take you. I gotta take you as an example. Okay? Akira joined a few months after I started this business. Okay? Almost, you joined April, May, right? Last year. Okay. Okay. Since May now, I made over $140,000. Okay? She didn't make any money yet. Okay. What's the difference? Right. Not just actions. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? Why we couldn't take actions? Similar. Okay, many people think Steve Numa doing this business for a long time. No, I'm in this business for 14th months, 17th months. Okay? Because I did it, marketing business in the first year, 11 years ago, long time ago. Okay? Even at that time, I was not sure what I'm doing. Okay? Everything is a copy. Everything's a copy. I mean, I recorded my mentor's prospecting call. Then my different versions. Every morning, I asked my mentor to allow me to listen his call from 8 to 9. Then I recorded. My daughters transcribed. I have lots of transcribed papers. I was reading every day, so many times. I memorized it. Because as if I'm calling people as if I'm calling directly, but actually I was reading. Okay? Then gradually I memorized that. Therefore, naturally, eventually I could talk more naturally. But that's it. Okay. Of course, I was thinking this kind of contents already at that time, but externally it was so. Understand? All right. My mentor is Jeremy Beck. Jeremy Beck is he's now doing some computer software company in Colorado. And my mentor's mentor is Chad Wade. He's a billion. He made $1 million, $1.5 million for 4 years straight in this business. Scott, my mentor, Jeremy Beck, Scott has the same mentor. Her name is Anna Cho. Anna Cho is a Korean lady. Anna Cho's mentor is Andrew Urasek. Andrew Urasek is Chad Wade. But Chad Wade is like a Scott Rowe right now. Therefore, he came to Chicago. He could talk with each one of us freely. Therefore, I love Chad Wade. Therefore, I always come to Chad Wade and ask some questions. And I allow him to record his voice message. I copied him. Also, I copied my direct mentor, Jeremy Beck's prospecting call. I transcribe everything. Yeah. That's the only way I could survive. I couldn't write, I couldn't talk by myself. I don't know how to talk. Therefore, I copied. I asked so many questions. If people ask like this, how are you going to answer? Yeah. I was desperate. Therefore, I had to ask questions. Yeah. I had 11 years ago. Honestly, it was terrible. Much, much worse than today. But I could get qualified sales 1 a month. I started from April. I could get 5. I needed 6 at the time. Right now, you need only 2. I needed 6. From April until September, I could get qualified sales 1 a month. I was qualified in September. Why? What's the difference between you and me? Between? I had honestly. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. We have to analyze. We have to analyze those things. Okay. Okay, today's topic: coachable, teachable, trainable. Okay. Can you look at the second page? Okay. External relation, okay, with others and circumstances. Okay, number 1, I am living. No, second page. Yeah. Okay, I am living with dual purposes, which are whole purpose, and individual purpose. Whole purpose is subject. Individual purpose is object. I live for the sake of others and for good purposes. 2, I am living with other peoples in 6 directions. Those are above and below, front and back, and right and left. I'm going to explain to you. I did it several times, right? I'm going to explain to you. I can exist, and I am able to move, change, and develop through give and receive action. All energy can be generated through this give and receive action. I am a giver. I give totally, I receive willingly. I have high levels of empathy. I will make a relationship with my mentor and IMA. I really care about my guests and IMAs. I contribute my team. I serve others. I will serve the meeting. I am not a guest anymore. I am the owner of the business. I am coachable, teachable, trainable. I will accept advice positively first and the practice. Later, I can change it. I can improve it. I should be humble. I will be humble to others and always humble myself. I always stay open to receive and always have an attitude to inherit from people who get some results. I always share my success with others, and I am happy to see other people's success. Okay, those are relating with today's topic, right? Okay, can you distribute this one? Yeah. 2 page or 3 page? I think 2 page. 3, okay. Title is coachable, teachable, trainable, and 3 keys to doing anything. Okay. Honestly, this is a copy. This is a copy from the book. When you look at this is excerpt written by John Maxwell. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Okay. Mostly this content from his book. Yeah. All right. Okay, just think about what is a coachable, what's a teachable, what's a trainable. Okay. We need a coach. Each one of us, everybody not in just in the business, the athletes, everybody need a coach. Okay? In the marketing business, I hired marketing business. My mentor, Jack Mentor, was a coach. Chad Wade was a coach. Bob Schneider was a coach. Even today, okay, Scott Rowe, all other people who are making the millions of dollars are my coach. I always listen what they're talking about in the impact webinar. I always coming to Super Saturdays, Leaders Retreat. I'm listening what they talk about. Okay. Even today, okay, even you make $10,000-$20,000, you need a coach to go to the next level. You need $1 million, you need a coach to go to billions of dollars. Every level you need a coach. After I start making quite big amount of money in the real estate, I wanted to go to the next level. Then I hired a coach outside of the community. I paid $1,000 for 30 minutes for 10 times. Can you believe it? $10,000 for 10 phone calls. I needed coach. Right now, marketing business. Okay. If I have questions, I'm asking Scott Rowe, Bob Cheney, okay, Nancy or Jim Powers. I'm asking those PAC members in school. I think for me, that is enough for right now. Then okay, you need a coach. Okay, we talked about those. We look at those elements in the key to success. Okay.
Who's gonna be the coach for the people when you start your mentor and then coach just 2 different people or?
Same. Could be same, could be different, but could be same. Okay. Where's this yours? Oh yeah, this one's okay. Okay, once again, key to success. Okay, we let's from 1 to 6. Okay. Okay. The first number 1, okay, dual purposes. Okay. Dual purpose. Okay, whole purpose and individual purpose. Okay. We are, when you look at the purposes, I'm living in dual purposes. I'm living for myself. Also, I'm living for my family, right? Also, we are living in the country, in Chicago. You're gonna always living for yourself, also for higher or bigger purposes. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Which comes first? Which you first? No, purpose. Yeah. Whole purpose, the visible. Which is more important? This depends on your philosophy. Which comes first? Which,
Individual first. How can you
yeah.
do for
Are you
others?
talking about like, results? Like you have to.
This is maybe I'm my question was wrong. Okay, the way of asking it wrong. Okay, both are important. Okay, both are important. Okay, but this is what I always explain. Whole purpose, okay? Individual purpose. This is a subject. This is okay. Simply like if America doesn't exist, you don't exist. Okay, therefore, a whole purpose to protect the country. Okay, for living for the country comes first. You're gonna live for the families. Okay? Family exists, that's why you exist. Okay? You exist. What you're gonna live for the family. Okay? Always. If this goes extreme, this become okay totalitarianism. Totalitarianism. If this become extreme, it's a completely narcissism or individualistic country. Okay? They don't care other people. They don't care the community. That's a problem, right? Therefore, this have to be harmonized. Those two purposes have to harmonize.
So which one we have to do first? Which purpose?
Okay.
Same time or
Yeah, I think it could be same thing, okay, same time. Therefore, for me, if I live for my family, okay, family can live for me. I don't live for family, family protect me. If I have a very strong commitment to you, okay, the team live for me, right? Ideally, okay, this is what I'm always think this way. Okay, this is I put something object, but anyway, this one give, okay, give and receive, right? There's a book called A Giver, okay, a giver. If you invest yourself 100%, it's we call total investment. Total investment. You're gonna invest yourself 100% to object partner or circumstances, and then naturally you're gonna receive something. Naturally, okay. If you have some relationship with somebody, okay, and then this person is gonna take care of you, teach you. You feel it, or this person give me lots of things. And naturally, okay, you feel it. I have to give back something to this person, right? Naturally, even you're not asked to do, you're gonna feel you wanna give back. All right. Always this kind of give and receive relationship exists. For me, all energy powers are coming from this kind of give and take, give and receive relationship. I'm living for my wife. Wife live for me. This kind of relationship, if I feel we're living for each other so strongly, closely, I feel such a power, right? I'm living my family. My family support my business, support to me what I'm doing. I feel the power. For this kind of relationship, I cannot generate power by myself. I have to relate with somebody, something. Okay? Otherwise, I have no energy. Okay? Therefore, this is a very big discovery from what's the name? One French doctor starts ship sail from France to I think from America. He was trying to across Atlantic Ocean, okay, by himself. He thought it biggest enemy or biggest problem during this voyage sailing was food or drink. He thought in a way, but after he starts sailing, he find out it was not the case. The biggest issue was loneliness. Okay? Because he doesn't have anybody to relate with. Of course, he can see the sea, he can see the skies. Therefore, he start feeling loneliness and he start feeling powerless. Yeah? He couldn't generate energy. Then once I read his journey. Once one bird stopped in the pole in the the flag, he was related with this bird generating power to such a degree he was powerless because of loneliness. This is talking about our essence or nature of the human being. Okay? You have to relate with somebody. You have to give what you have. Eventually, if you give everything, you're going to receive something. Okay? Therefore, in our relationship, in the business, okay, I wrote many times in this key to success. Okay? I try to do my business by myself, but also to exist my business, to make my business successful. I try to give everything to you, to my team, the community. And then if I give everything, okay, eventually I believe something come back. Even doesn't come back, that's fine. Okay? This is okay. This is how I live. This is how I do the business. Right? Then we're talking about coachable, teachable, okay? But first of all, I want to understand we are living in this kind of dual process. Okay? Always try to live for the higher purpose. Higher purpose means to other people. For me, wife is my higher purpose. Her family is the whole purpose, right? If you live those higher purpose, they're gonna protect me. Okay? Do you love this country?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes that kind of patriotism was misused in the past, right? In Japan too, before World War II. But second, okay, we are living the relationship with the 6 directions. This is what I found many years ago. Okay, this is I. Okay, above, below, front, and back, and right, and left, right or left. If I analyze my relationship, okay, I can analyze in this kind of 6 different directions. Okay, put some examples in this second page. Right? Above and below. What's above and below? Above means my parents. Okay? Right? Parents. Yeah, superior, seniors, superiors. Those are above. And then your children, followers, okay? Subordinate juniors. Those are below. The front is the leaders or teachers. Leaders, teachers. The back is yeah. No. That's followers and students. Yeah, of course we can write down more, but I just put some few examples. And right is more friend, yeah, close friend, brothers and sisters. Okay, the left is more like even if friend, the closer friend is not closer friend. Opponents. Okay. Okay, first we have to understand we are living in the relationship. Okay, we have to live, and very difficult for us, even for me, even I understood like this, but it's not easy to make a good relationship with all directions. Okay? Yeah. I was teaching so many subjects to the college kids in Japan. I had a good relationship with my students or followers, but I was not so easy to have a good relationship with the leaders. I had a relationship, but to compare with the both sides, I had more good relationship with my followers or students. Okay? And then I have a very good relationship with my parents and my grandparents. Then I was strict to my kids. Anyway, we need a balance in the relationship. Okay. But point for today is, okay, you have to understand, okay, you are living with those relationship. You have a relationship with the leaders, okay? Then you have a relationship with the followers too. Before I ask this question, right? You're gonna be the leader. You have to become a leader. If you make money in this business, you have to become a leader. You have to build a team. You have to build your own organization. You're gonna be the leader. Okay? You're gonna be the leader. To become a leader, you have to be a good follower. Okay? You're gonna become a good follower first, and then you're gonna become a good leader. Do you agree?
Yes.
Some people say, I don't want to be the follower. I don't want to be the slave. I don't want to be such an obedient position, right? You never heard this kind of things?
Yes. You want to be sheep.
Okay, this is a big misunderstanding. Okay, yeah. This is you never heard this when I about to say like this. Okay, listen. It's the most important part to understand this relationship. In our life, you have to take responsibility to your life, right? In the business, same. You're gonna take responsibility for your business. Okay? To take responsibility. This to take responsibility requires strong subjective will. Okay, subjectivity, right? Subjective will. This is the key. Okay, to be a best follower doesn't mean you're just following. Do you understand? This is what I explain. This is how I'm explaining. The best follower is, okay, position is the follower's position, but you're gonna put yourself in the follower's position with the highest subjectivity. Okay? Therefore, to be a follower to be a best follower require highest subjective will, not just following without any subjective will. That is not the best follower. Okay, while you're in the follower's position, you always think from the leader's perspective. Okay, therefore you're gonna think, if I'm a leader, what you gonna do? Okay? If I'm a leader, how you gonna manage this organization? Okay? How you gonna improve this organization? If you think in that way, even you're a follower, you're gonna become best leader. Always, you cannot be the leader from the beginning. You are going through the follower's position first. You're gonna learn everything from the leader. Then even you're a follower, you're gonna think as a leader always, and then act as a follower. Okay? You're gonna support leaders, even you're a follower. Okay? This is what you have to do. If you are, therefore, I was not the pack member. Right? I was not the pit member. I just want to be the individual business owner. But I was always talking to Scott, okay, and Jim Powers, how we're gonna improve this, the marketing business. And then I was trying to implement what I'm talking to them, right? And when I realized that, they asked me to be the pit. I didn't want to be the pit, okay? They asked me to be the pit. I accepted. I didn't want to be the lead. But they asked me to be the lead. I become a lead. Do you know what they're asking me to do right now? They're asking me to lead the lead team. Okay.
But you're validated.
Huh?
You have no choice. You're validated.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be. Graduate.
Therefore, okay. Therefore, position is
What is it?
Oh, leaders in training. Leaders in training means this is not, we don't have any employees in our community, right? Even so many people working for Dallas Grove office, but nobody get paid. Everybody is volunteers. Okay? But we put some names as a position to the position. Okay? We have a founder, President Bob Schneider, and Bob Schneider built a team, internal corporate staff, and the external market team as a leader of the market team called PAC, Presidential Council, Presidential Council Advisors. Those are top ranking or top income earners, but they are not employees, right? But because they're committed in this business, they got so much results. As an honorary position, Bob Schneider gave PAC, the name of PAC goes to those members. Of course, at the same time, they have a huge responsibility too. They don't get paid to do this kind of responsibility. Okay? Just honorary position. They have more responsibilities. Look at Scott Rowe. He cannot be in Chicago anymore, right? He's going around the country. Of course, his motivation is exploring this market. Eventually, everything coming back to him, right? Jim Powell, same. Jim Powell is working so hard for other communities. Then everything come back to her. Okay? But position is nothing. Okay? In this society, I want to be the president. I want to be this position. Position, I have no interest at all in position. If you're living in the organization, I want to be the director, I be the executive, I get paid even more, right? This kind of mindset is very normal in the organization. Those are BS for us. Okay? I have no interest. Then, if you have a contents, okay, external position are given automatically. Okay, you don't need to seek for position first. If you have enough content, everybody else, other people can ask you to be in the certain position. It's the more natural. Okay? It's more. You feel more comfortable. You don't need to feel any frustration to compete with each other to get certain position. All right, once again, to be the leader, you have to go through the 4 hours position. Okay, we are already talking about coachable, teachable thing. Okay, you have to be in the 4 hours position. Means, of course, there's so many different factors in the note in these pages, but go through this basic organization relationship first, and I can come back to those papers. Then. Okay, I can exist. I'm able to move, change, develop through give and receive action. All energy can be generated through this give and receive action. I already explained this one a little bit. Okay, therefore, going through this position from the forward position to leader's position, you have to have a good relationship, right? Good relationship. Then, when you do this business, if I don't have a good relationship with Scott Rowe, Nancy, or Jim Powell, Bob Schneider, okay, maybe I don't feel power. Therefore, I always pay attention what they say, what they act. Okay, then I take very seriously my relationship with those leaders. Okay. Therefore, I'm asking questions. I'm giving some report. I'm asking their guidance. Okay, you have to communicate. Okay, if you don't communicate, you cannot develop your relationship with the leaders. Okay? Therefore, communication. You have to humble yourself, but with a very strong subject to will. You're gonna put yourself in a forward position. You have to communicate with leaders. You're gonna ask questions. You're gonna ask them guidance. Okay? Those are very important things to do as a forward position. I have high levels of empathy. I will make a good relationship with my mentor and my IMA. I really care of my guests and IMAs. Number 5, I contribute my team. I serve others. I serve the meeting. Okay. I am coach, teachable, trainable. I should accept advice positively first and then practice. Right? I should be humble to other people. I always humble myself. Okay. Okay, let's talk about coachable, teachable in different way. Okay. As I said, in every level, you need a coach. I need a coach too, even now. Okay? I never thought I accomplished completely all the way. I don't know what's the end. It's no end. For even Scott, Nancy, they are making $850,000 a year. They're still going toward higher level, right? They need a coach. Me too. Therefore, I always looking for a coach. You need a coach too. If you find somebody who are doing business better than you, you have to ask questions. This is your responsibility. Why you don't ask me? Okay? How many people ask me how I'm doing this business? This has been a question. All right. Okay. Of course, sometimes those kind of questions from Catrice is so annoying me. It's a joke. I was kidding. It's okay. That's the point. Okay. Relationship. As I said, if I look at you, look at my team members, okay, other community members, I feel it. This person can make a breakthrough. This person's business maybe take off soon. Okay? This is something as a mentor's position I can see. Okay? There's a very all power, all energy coming from what? Even receive relationship, right? So this is what I believe. If I don't feel it, okay, strong relationship with my mentor, Bob Schneider, other leaders, maybe I don't feel such an energy and don't get results. As I said, that's why I try to pay 100% attention to the relationship with those leaders. If I don't have a power from my mentors, you don't have any power. Your relationship with me is crucial for me, for you, both. Okay? This is not just one-sided relationship. The mentor, okay, mentor or mentee relationship is like a partnership. I'm not giving some direction one-sidedly. If I give some guidance, you're gonna think about it, you're gonna implement. You have to give some response to me. And maybe I'm gonna change my directions, advice. This is a partnership. Okay? In the beginning, maybe if like a parent-child relationship, I'm gonna give more guidance one-sidedly, but eventually you're gonna grow up and this is gonna be more equal partners. Then you're gonna do something bigger together. Okay? This is a mentor-student relationship. You have to ask questions. Communication skills are crucial. You have to ask questions in proper way. Okay, I think I lost something in here. Yeah, okay. Even I give some guidance, okay, if you don't have a desire, nothing happens. Okay? Therefore, in the first sentence of key to success, right, starting with why you do this business. You have a desire, burning desire. If you don't have a why, the motivation, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a desire, coaching has no meaning. This is something you have to have by yourself. Coachable means you need to get coaching because you want to achieve something for your purpose, right? So this is the foundation, right? You want to achieve your goal, therefore you need a coach. Then humility vulnerability, vulnerability of humble. Okay? If you get coach, you have to disclose yourself, right? What you're doing, how bad situation is, or you have to disclose yourself. Sometimes you're gonna disclose what kind of mistake you made. Maybe you feel some shame. You have to disclose to get that coach. Right? So humble yourself. Nobody can achieve perfectly. I made a lot of mistakes. I humbly disclose my mistake and get some coach from other people who is doing much better than me. Okay, this word humble, okay, for me, it's a very important terminology. Humble. Okay. When I look at people, when I relate with people, this is one of the most important criteria. Okay. If this person is humble or not, this is one of the most important criteria. If I respect this person, if I have tried to have a good relationship with this person, if this person made a lot of money, big business, but if this person is arrogant, if I feel in the way, I don't want to relate to this person. Okay? If you're arrogant, if you're self-centered, eventually you're gonna make a mistake. Okay? Eventually, always some hook. Therefore, as I said, Kazuo Inamura, he is such a humble person. Okay? Even he's here, maybe if Kazuo Inamura is sitting here, you don't realize he's a millionaire. He's such a humble appearance. Therefore, if people say, okay, oh, I make this kind of money, I have this kind of, I know everything, it's complete, it's a BS. You don't need trust. You don't need trust those people. Then, as I say, you have to have a good communication skills. Okay, communication skills. From this kind of communication, I feel it, or this person is coming closer to me, and I'm coming closer to you, this person. Okay? Then I feel more a possibility this person can make a breakthrough in this business. That's why I'm saying if I look at the people, I know this person make a breakthrough. This is exactly right if I look at the last 1 year and 5 months. Okay? If I feel this person coming closer to me, this person get the results. Of course, this internal understanding each other. You understand me, you understand you, and then this kind of relationship generates the power. Generating power means not just a physical power. Okay, of course, nobody can explain how you're gonna get the fortune, right? Why you get the fortune? In my life, in this business, I always felt I was so fortunate. Okay? Especially in the real estate business, I felt fortunate all the time. I don't know how can I explain this situation. Okay? I send a letter. I explained to you, right? Many times. Okay, I send lots of letters to the owners. Okay? This owner received lots of emails, lots of letters. This owner chose my letter. I asked, why you chose my letter? I don't know why, but I felt I have to open it. This happened all the time. There are 3 offers on the table. My offer is the lowest. The owner chose my lowest offer. Why? He felt it. Some comfortability to choose my offer. Because I talked with him. I met the owner. Because the owner met other guy too. The owner met me. We talked to each other. And he felt more comfortable to choose my offer. How we can explain these kind of things? Charisma? I don't think so. Yeah, that's kind of fortune. Okay, that's kind of, for me, the fortune is coming from this kind of unity, this kind of faith, okay? For not just skills, okay? Not just skills, it's something beyond skills. Okay, and then also just give me some good English terminology, okay? I have to be a little bit strict, okay? Coach could be or should be strict, okay? I can say, Kimberly, okay, you don't need to work so hard. Okay? You can be working in your own pace. Okay? Don't rush so much. Maybe sooner or later you can make a breakthrough. Don't rush so much. Everybody can be successful. Or Kimberly, maybe you should take more big action. You have to take massive action, set up the standard every day, to reach the goal every day. Maybe within a few months, you can make a breakthrough. Which is better? Okay. I wanted to have a strict teacher in my life. Okay.
And you push it. Push it.
Okay. Of course, if you are taught some kind of soft, kind, gentle words, maybe you feel comfortable. Right? But those are not teachers. Those are not coaches. The coach is have to be more strict, right? Therefore, I don't watch TV, but I watch YouTube video, right? I always watching YouTube video, especially sports game, Olympic games, how those people got gold medal. Okay, once I watched same video over again. Oh, my wife noted, are you watching again? Watching again? Yes, even sometimes I watch 100 times, 200 times. I watch all over and over again because I try to understand how this person, okay, especially the video I'm watching is some kind of relationship, not just this person's history, the profile. This person has a family relationship, okay, competing with the other athletes, but there's a coach guiding this. I love this kind of video. Okay? How strictly this coach is guiding, but this person is so coachable and accepting this kind of strict coach. I even crying, shedding tears, but this following eventually make a breakthrough. I love this kind of video. I'm watching over and over again, all the time. Okay, therefore, to break through in the business, okay, coach have to tell the truth. Okay? Coach have to tell the truth. Therefore, I have to tell the truth. Kimberly, if you do in this way, you never make a breakthrough. You have to take more action. How many leads did you generate this week? 1? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Right? It's the better coach. Oh, don't worry. You can do much better next week. Which is better for you? Okay. You're gonna do the same. Okay. This is your process to be a leader. Okay. You're going through this process. Eventually, you have to be the leader. You have to be the coach. Right. Taking maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You have to become a leader to build a business to make money. Okay? All business owners, okay, are leaders in the community. All people are leading people. Okay? Not just making money by yourself. They have to build a team, a company, and making money because they can lead the people, okay? Coach people. Not just skills, not just small how to do subject to how to do shows. Those are necessary knowledge for us. But to make a big amount of money building a business, you need to have this kind of internal aspect. Right? If you do wholesale 1, 2, 5,000, 10,000, so what? It's not. You have to build a team. You have to build a business. It's completely different aspect of a mindset. Therefore, in many ways, coach have to be strict. Coach have to tell you the truth. As a follower or mentee, have to accept. Then try to be more positive, even you are strictly scolded. Even 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, Scott scolded me so strongly in front of all leaders in Dance Go Boys. I told you, right? He was
smiling.
he was if I don't have a good relationship with Scott, maybe I walked away from the room. Okay? Of course, he was screaming, then scolding me in front of those people. I don't go into details, but it was okay for me. I felt it from where this kind of his scolding is coming from. Okay? He doesn't want to bring his own business. He built this business taking 7-8 years, right? 10 years in the Dance Go office. Therefore, he felt it. What I'm doing is a little bit damaging his business. Therefore, he doesn't allow me to give any small damage to his business. Therefore, I accept it. Okay? I digest it. And then everything done, and then I went to his office, and then we talked a lot. Everything's okay. He was saying that, I'm sorry, Steve. Okay. I understand that kind of strictness from the leaders. Okay? Sometimes maybe I gotta tell same thing to you. I might tell such a strict words, but I hope you don't digest. 95% people are working for somebody else. Why? Business is tough, right? This is a fact. Do you know 50% people who start business this year? 50% of the people who okay. 50% people quit the business in the first year. 90% people quit within 5 years. This is the reality of the business. It's okay. Therefore, it's okay. I have to give the truth number, right? Therefore, if business is easy, everybody doing business. But this is not such an easy task. Therefore, many people quit and then go back to the job, then working for somebody else. Who will be the 5% of those people who are living by themselves? Who want to be the boss? Only 5% people in this country are own boss, right? I mean, working for themselves. Okay, this is the reality. Okay, this is the reality. Okay. 10.8 million people are making $1 million a year. Okay? 10.8 million people are making $1 million a year. This is the top 3%, right? And 8%, next 8% of people are making over $120,000 a year. Means if you make $120,000 a year or more, you are top 11% of this country. Okay, 1 out of 10. You're gonna be 1 out of 10 people. 11%. Yes. Yeah, right. Okay. Therefore, if you make $10,000 a month through this marketing business, you're gonna make $120,000. Then you're gonna be top 11% of this country income-wise. From our perspective, 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month in this marketing business is totally possible. Okay? Totally possible. Maybe it takes 1 year, 2 years until you build a team. But once you build a team, $10,000 a month is not difficult at all. This is what I did. I showed you, right, what I did. Last year, I built my own business. From September, I start building my team. I build a team taking next 6 months. This year, my income never go lower than $50,000 every month.
23rd September.
Yeah.
That's not even here yet.
Right, from February to September. Okay, that was my personal building of my personal business, marketing business. From September, I start building the team in my marketing business. Then from September to this March until national event, I build a team. Then after that, every month, from this January, my earnings from marketing business never go lower than $15,000. Once you build a team, your income becomes like this. I saw that. I didn't understand this kind of aspect when I started. But once I start building a team, I saw that possibility to make at least 10, 15,000 a month. Right now, if I have, my calculation was like this. If I have this number of team members, I'm going to reach 20 or 25,000. We can calculate in a way, okay, based on this compensation plan. Therefore, first year is tough. Until you get qualified, it's tough. But once you get qualified, okay, then you're gonna have a certain number of team members. Then you're gonna make a complete breakthrough. For Laura, next 6 months the key. Next 6 months. You have to really focus. Yeah? Today's topic is coachable, teachable, right? For communication, and then what I'm saying is, coach have to be strict, right? You have to accept. What I'm saying right now is sounds maybe strict. Only 5% people survive. It sounds strict.
Sounds realistic.
Realistic. Okay. Then one more thing. What's the reason you need a coach? Because you want to get some advice and take action. Right? People have to be more aggressively taking actions. Okay? Coachable, for me, coachable people, coachable teacher means maybe their traits are like this. Okay, I gave you 3-page. Okay, look at this. Okay, 3-page coachable, teachable, trainable. As I said, this is from a book called "Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn." John Maxwell. Do you know John Maxwell? If you don't know, just maybe here.
No, I have.
You have it? Okay.
Which one? Oh,
Okay. This is one of the most famous books from John Maxwell, Leadership Goals. Okay? He has lots of books. Okay? All books are very good. He is very famous for leadership training. If you try to learn something about leadership, John Maxwell is a guy you should learn from. Anyway, this is not from this book, but his book, another book. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Then from number 1 to number 11, this is the name of the chapter. Humility, reality, responsibility, improvement. Those are name of the chapters. Okay. Then coachable. Traits of the people who are coachable is approachable, attentive, receptive, curious, trusting, shapeable. Okay, those are traits. Then, are you teachable? Yeah, are you teachable? And then the next page, okay, traits of teachable person. Okay, is from a book, John Maxwell's book. Traits of a teachable person. Teachable person have an attitude conducive to learning. 2, teachable people possesses a beginner mindset. Number 3, teachable people take long, hard looks in the mirror. Teachable people encourage others to speak to them about their lives. Teachable people learn something new every day. Okay. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, teachable, coachable is almost same meaning. Okay, but ultimate goal. Okay, ultimate goal to be teachable or coachable is to take action. Right. Learn something new every day, but you have to take action. That was missing in SPA. Okay, you're gonna come to this kind of training. You're gonna come to the Super Saturday, whatever. Okay? You learn it. Then what you gonna do? You have to take action. This is something always I feel missing. Okay? Even you don't review it. Okay? We do this kind of training. Have you ever reviewed the doc I gave it to you last week? How many people review it? That's a huge content. This is my result of its 1 year prospecting call. How you overcome the object. Okay? How you close, how you do trial closing. This is not such a simple papers, okay? This is the essence of my prospecting activities. I gave you. Right. Okay. But anyway, what I'm giving to you is something I want to review it. Yeah? You're gonna review it many times. You digest it, then you're gonna take action. You're gonna implement. Okay? Number 2, this I like it. Teachable people possess a beginner mindset. Okay? Everyone has, therefore, always those people who are coachable, teachable think everyone has something to teach me. Every day I have something to learn. Every time I learn something, I benefit. You know, even I'm doing this for 11 years. I never thought I learned everything. Right? Of course, nobody can do this. Nobody can think in that way. Marketing business, real estate business, same. Every day you learn something. Somebody can teach you. Therefore, this is related to humbleness, how much you can humble yourself to learn from somebody. Sometimes people say, oh, Scott Rowe is so arrogant. How he can say it, how he can speak like this. He's such a humble guy. You don't know him. Because when he speaks in the public, he speaks in his way, but he's such a humble person. He's such a shy guy. People don't know. Scott is such a shy guy. Of course, he's an executive, okay? He's an executive. But he's such a shy guy. Humbleness is important. Okay? Why Scott Rowe? Why Scott Rowe, Bob Cheney say, "Oh, I don't need to have this kind of super sat anymore. I'm making $850,000 a year. I don't need this." He can say like this, right? I'm gonna relax in the home. But he never missed super sat. Every time he gives some impact webinar or super sat, he's learning something. And his learning is always when he's giving something. He gets some inspiration when he talk with other people about this business. He getting some kind of new inspiration, and he's using that kind of inspiration in the next impact webinar. Okay. And this is for your information. Okay. What time now? 8:50. Okay. So once again, coachable, teachable. I have to conclude this topic first, and then go to the next one. Once again, you have to be open-minded. You have to be humble yourself. You have to be vulnerable. And you have to have a very strong, good communication skills. Okay? And you have to ask always guidance. Okay? Ask. right? Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. Right. Don't you think I'm not hungry? It's okay. Joke. All right, no. Okay. Okay. Don't hesitate to ask any question to me, please. Okay? Therefore, as much as I'm available, I can try to do something for you. Of course, I have lots of things to do. Therefore, I might ask you to wait 1 day, 2 days to do something. As much as possible, I try to respond to you as quick as possible. But my point is, please don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay. Of course, not just me. Okay? If you find somebody else who are doing much better than me, you can ask those people's opinion too. Okay? But as a team, okay, unfortunately or fortunately, you join through me, right? You're joining through me means we have to have a good relationship. Otherwise, especially in the marketing side of the business, it's very hard to bring the results. Are you happy working with me? Not yet.
I'm happy I joined your team.
Right.
Yeah, I am. I need Japanese.
All right.
Never giving up spirit. Something like that. Yeah.
She needs a tough coach.
Yeah.
All right, great.
We always get what we need. I heard universe sends us exactly what kids we need, what parents we need. What
Okay.
I heard.
All right, good. All right, let's go next topic. One more topic. Then, right. All right. Can you
Right.
okay. Here you go.
I mean,
I think 3, 4 pages.
Four.
4 pages. Okay. I think if you have one extra, can you give it back to me? Okay, I need one. I
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3,
still
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. So, as we know, okay, Utah, Bo Schneider decided not to use bandit sign anymore. Okay? Bandit
Say that
sign.
one more time.
Okay, in Utah, okay, state of Utah, okay, our corporate office decided not to use bandit sign. Okay? Bandit sign, roadside sign, roadside.
Why?
I think so many issues. Okay.
With the law.
Okay.
State law.
In many states, okay, bandit sign, roadside sign is not allowed. Okay, but even city of Chicago, maybe legally you have to get a permit, right, to get the sign. But we don't care if we're gonna put sign everywhere. Okay? But if you go small towns,
We
okay,
have lawyers.
no,
And us.
okay, because city of Chicago is big, therefore they cannot come after us. We are still doing this. Even they are taking out our bandit signs, we can put it back. There was no problem so far. But Utah, they put I think too many signs. Too many sizes.
Mormons are different.
Huh?
No, well, that's where the company, the headquarters.
5,000.
We're all the motivated people.
5,000. I don't know how many people are doing that kind of numbers. Once I was told Mitch Nelson's team are putting 5,000 signs a week. That's huge. Yeah, 5,000 a week. And then not just Mitch Nelson's team, there's so many other teams. They're putting signs everywhere, right? Therefore, that caused lots of issues. Anyway, my point is this, okay? They are not putting load side sign anymore. Well, when I look at the results, Christian Sadler, Ned Lumber, those people who are working in Utah, their attendance number are completely dropped. Because they are working only on the warm contacts. So we will see result. Result is still high. Okay, Ned Lambert made over $35,000 last month. Christian Sutherland making $20,000. Still, they are making lots of money using warm contacts. My point is, okay, still we can use load side sign, bandit sign in Illinois, in Chicago, but we don't know what's going to happen. That's why we should build a warm contacts. Okay? Warm contact. Then we should have other lead sources. We should prepare something else besides bandit sign. Okay, this is a prospect. Huh? Oh, it's a. I'm sorry, it's a spelling wrong. Prospection call. No. Prospecting call. Prospecting call to warm contacts. Okay? This is not my note. Okay? This is I got from somebody else. Therefore, okay? This is not my note. Oh, this is a new one. It's a new one. Okay. For this is basically for direct sales, okay, marketing business, not just for our business. Therefore, I didn't edit anything. Exactly, this is a note. But I added some portion, but you can utilize some portion for our direct sales and marketing business. Okay, let's go. This is a script. Okay, script. So first page on the top. Okay? 5 simple tips to success with your warm market. Don't lie, don't push, don't put them down or insult them. Don't beg, don't chase. Okay? These are 5 simple tips. Of course, you can do this, right? But some people are in the NFL club, right? NFL, no friends left club. Okay?
No friends.
No
Friends left.
NFL club, NFL club.
No friends.
No friends left club because they push too much. Yeah, they are chasing too much. Yeah. They are changing the business 1 year, 2 years, and then once they change the business, they come back to the friend again, and they're pushing them to buy something. Then they quit and they do something else and come back to those same friends. And then those friends are completely tired of dealing with you. Then no friends left. No friends left club, but this is also no fun left, right? No fun, no fun. All right.
All business.
So there are several interesting scripts in this document. Therefore, I just brought it to you. Okay. Okay. Let's go the bottom. Okay. Oh no. Maybe Katis, can you read this? Yeah? Can you read from here? People that become part of it. Oh no, that's okay. If you want to keep it. Warm market script from the bottom. Okay.
Warm market script. These scripts are ideal for approaching people that you know very well or see on a testing. These scripts are ideal for approaching people that you know very well or see on a regular basis. Each call you make will be a little different based on the relationship you have with the individual. So, in some cases, before getting to your point of the call, you may ask how the kids are or whether you are on for your tea time on Friday morning. Ask them how they have been. However, once you have done that, the approach is essentially the same. Also, be sure to use the words and phrases that are right for you. For example, if you wouldn't say, John, how's it going? But would normally say, John, what's happening? Then do that. The key is in asking the question. Warm market close friend business script. Oh, I was gonna say Steve.
Either way.
Hi, Steve. How's it going? Listen, we've known each other for a long time. I've been looking at a lot of different businesses recently, and I just found something that I'm really excited about. I have no idea whether you are even looking to potentially make more money or not, but you were one of the first friends I thought about when I looked at this. If there's any way that you and I could work together in our own business and make some money, would you want to know about it?
Yes. No. You can leave it.
Oh, okay. If prospect says yes, then use 15-minute webinar, live or recorded, and maybe intro webinar as well. If prospect says no, then ask them for a referral. Simply say, no problem, Steve. Who do you know that may be interested in making more money than they are currently? The tail end of this question is not as important as the first part. Who do you know? You could easily change it to any of the following. Who do you know who might be looking for a business? Who do you know who might be tired of working for someone else? Who do you know who is already self employed? And who do you know who is successful? The list of referral questions could go on and on. But again, the most important part is that you ask them for a referral. If prospect says, maybe, it depends, or what is it? Understand that they aren't telling you no. What they are saying is that they are saying, what? What they are saying is what they are saying. So at this point, you could simply reframe the question to something like this based on their response. Steve, if you knew for sure that we could make more money together, it was real and simple to do, would you want to at least hear about it? Once you get their answer, yes or no, proceed accordingly based on what I've shared above.
Next.
Warm market, close family member business script. Hi, Laura. How's it going? I've been investing many different business ventures recently, and I just found something that I'm really excited about. I have no idea whether you are even looking to potentially make more money or not, but I thought about you immediately when I looked at this. If there's a way where you and I could work together in our own business and make some money, would you want to know about it? If Laura says yes, then use 15-minute webinar, a live recorded video. If Laura says no, then ask her for a referral. Simply say, no problem, Laura. Who do you know that may be interested in making more money than they are currently? The tail end of this question is not as important as the first part. Who do you know? If the prospect says, maybe, it depends, or is it, then reframe the question. Well, Laura, if you knew for sure that we could make more money together, it was real and simple to do, would you want to at least hear about it? Once you get their answer, yes or no, proceed accordingly based on what I have shared above. Warm market, distant family member, or friend business script. The following scripts are to primarily be used when calling people who you know, but you do not speak with on a regular basis. For example, a college friend who you talk to a couple of times a year, or a second cousin who lives across the country. This script is a little different from the warm market scripts in the prior section, as it requires a little more warming up prior to asking your peak interest question. Hi, Aza. How's it going? How have you been? Let them talk. Show interest and listen. Share a bit back and forth and let the conversation warm up. Then get to your point. Be sure not to let those conversations get out of control. Remember, you are calling them for a specific reason. Aza, I'm actually calling you for a specific purpose. I know it has been a while since we last spoke, but I have always had a lot of respect for you and truly value your opinion. I've been investigating a number of different business ventures over the past few months, and I just engaged and something that I'm really excited about. I have no idea whether you are even open to taking a look at something, but I thought I'd call you. If I could show you a way to get an extra check in the mail every month, and the check was enough to grab your attention, is that something you'd be open to looking at? If the prospect says yes, then use the 15-minute webinar, live or recorded, and maybe the intro webinar as well. If the prospect says no, then ask them for a referral. Simply say, no problem, Aza. Who do you know that may be interested in making more money than they are currently? The tail end of the question is not as important as the first part. Who do you know? If the prospect says maybe, it depends, or what is it, then reframe the question. Well, Aza, if you knew for sure that you could get an extra couple of grand every month in your spare time, that it was real, and I've got plenty of information to validate how good it really is, and it was also simple to do, would you want to at least know more about it? Once you get their answer, yes or no, proceed accordingly based on what I have shared above.
All right, thank you. Okay, we have. I gave you another 2 different type of warm contact prospecting call tips. Hmm? Hmm? Oh no. This All right. Direct approach, indirect approach, right? Direct approach, indirect approach. You can directly talk about this business, invite them to the meeting, or indirect. You're gonna asking those people to come to check, evaluate this business for your sake. But eventually they're gonna see the value and they're gonna join. Either way, okay? Direct approach, indirect approach. How you speak is up to you, but this is one of the examples you can edit in your version. You can use it. Then, okay, today we're gonna stop here, and then next time I'm gonna talk about drive. Okay, drive system. You can use Mitch Nelson's method or Woody Woodward's fingerprints. If you have a book, if you don't have a book, just I don't know how much was that, but Woody Woodward's emotional fingerprint. Honestly, I'm reading. It's taking long time. Therefore, I hope some of you are gonna read it and then giving me summary. His book. Emotional fingerprint. This is a book. Woody, Wody, Woodward. Emotional fingerprint. Fingerprint. This is the name of the book, Emotional Fingerprint. Okay. If you have a book, just read it, okay? And if you don't have, you should buy it in the Kindle. You can read it immediately, right? I honestly, I didn't like it, psychology so much since my student life. Okay, how can you say? Oh, I know Kimberly. She's this kind of person. At least you have to, you have to work together at least 3-4 years. Then you can say, oh, I know what kind of person Kimberly is, right? But from the psychologist perspective, just go through this kind of survey. Oh, I know this person is like this. How can you evaluate people like this so simply? Therefore, I didn't like it, but I changed my mind.
But isn't it based on the cards?
Right. Yeah, we can utilize. We are not evaluating people, right? We can we can use this kind of psychological analysis to our business in some ways. Therefore, also Mitch Nelson already proved it. Therefore, we're gonna read this book. We can use drive system into our business. If this executive what kind of question you're gonna give, what kind of proof I can show this person, what kind of closing setting we should make. Okay, we can think about this kind of a process based on the character of this. You are director, the director. Robert is
Rob, you're intellectual?
Intellectual slash executive. One thing.
I agree.
maybe we can check one more time. Okay, sometimes if you think too much, you're choosing something different. Right? You have to choose intuitively. Okay? Don't think too much. Just pick up. Then you can see who you are. Last time I was relator. No, I'm a relator. Relate with people. Relator. People who think much of relationship. Okay? Relate. All right. Okay. Okay. So when I ask somebody, okay, you should come to see me. You know, we can talk. We can develop our business together. I know, Steve. I know what to do. I have been in the business for many years. I know sales. Then I try to approach like this. But if people say like this, I cannot do anything. Therefore, then those people doesn't have any results yet. Even they don't have any results 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, still saying, still I know what to do.
So if you're approaching a new prospect and they're saying, oh yeah, I already know about real estate, do you just leave them alone?
In the those are different situations. Okay, once they go through, okay, in the beginning they come to see the presentation and say, I know most of this kind of contents, blah blah. Okay, those are not student yet, right? Of course, they are giving some kind of objection. Okay, then if we talk more detail, gradually these people recognize how much they don't know, how much they don't know, what they don't know.
Some people even have them take like some of the tests.
Right. But those people are, we are talking about different situations. Even they recognize, what kind of situation they are, and then they joined. But still, some people are rejecting to receive the coaching or working together. If they are not open, I can't do anything. If I just leave it until they recognize. Okay. Christian, are you watching?
Ha!
Yeah. I hope he's gonna get qualified soon as well. He's in this business for over 3 years.
Oh.
Okay, therefore, if you're not open, I can't do anything. If you're open, I can do as much as I can. That's my point. I hope my hope, some people are not in this. Okay, they don't come to the meeting. They try to do by themselves and going somewhere else. Okay? Think about this. If this kind of compensation plan, who has the most interest in your success?
You.
Absolutely. Then why are you going to somewhere else to get some advice? They are interested much stronger than me? Absolutely no. Right? But not just beyond how much I can make money. Right? Put those kind of money aside. I want to try to help you as much as possible. Okay? That's why I don't understand. If they're not coming to the training, they come to they don't come to the meeting or training, whatever. They try to do themselves. It's beyond my understanding.
Especially if they complain.
All right, thank you very much for tonight, and then we can do those driver system next week. All right, thank you. One more time, just keep in mind next week we have Mike Higgins coming. Okay, Saturday next week, next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, Saturday. Okay, all right.
Steve, can I bring up that Thursday event? The Thursday event at the UIC forum?
Right. You should come here.
People online.
I forgot. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Robert is now holding one big event on Thursday night.
Okay.
What did you?
Hello.
You began
Okay.
You.
Well, hello all. I don't know who's out there, but this Thursday we have an event at the UIC Forum. Let me get the exact specifics. I had signed up for an event in February that's happening this week, and what I had done was massive action in a quest to have something set up. I don't know what I was going to do with it, but here it's upon me, and I never got my business name started up yet. So right now, if you looked up what my business name is, it's just going to say Rob Garcia. So that's my business name right now. So what the expo does is it's a place where
Once again, Thursday. Okay? Thursday means May 26th.
fourth.
Yeah, May 24th.
Yeah, I'll write it up there for you.
Okay, all right. May 24th, Thursday, 95 UIC Forum. Okay, this is Roosevelt and Jose. Okay, right. UIC Forum.
Exactly. It's at 725
Obviously.
West Roosevelt.
It's a very corner of the Roosevelt and Jose. This is the southeast side of the corner.
So you can look it up online. It's called the Small Business Expo Chicago 2018. It's free to go to, but if you sign up through me or if I sign you up through my booth, what we do is as a team, we're collecting leads. We're gonna all get the same app. You can get the app whether you're part of my group or not, or it's not my group, it's our group. I did it for us. And what you do is at the end of the event, we collect all the data that we've all put together, get this one massive database out of the efforts we all put in to gain these leads. And what you're going to do is walk around with this app. Everybody's going to have a barcode. Hello, Catrice. We're actually scanning each other, and there's going to be 5 speed networking sessions. That's where you're going to deliver your 20-second pitch, your audio business card, your spiel, your elevator speech, whatever you want to call it, whatever you've been working on for your 3-foot rule type technique. When you meet somebody on the street and you only have 5 seconds to say what you do, maybe they've asked you in passing, that's where you can practice it. Or maybe practice beforehand and it's honed when you go there. But even if it's not, what's going on is the way I see the speed networking is, hello, how you doing? We've scanned each other. We've exchanged business cards before we say a darn thing. All right.
No more business card.
There's no need for business cards, but bring it anyway. You know why? Because everybody's going to skip the business card, and what's going to make you memorable is that you gave that business card. So I'd still bring some anyway. So I just wanted to share that with anybody that might be available to come to the event. It's 9 to 5. Again, it's free. I'll send you guys an email if you want to join it. The issue here is be prepared to have the email address that you give me bombarded with advertisements from all the other people who are doing the same thing we're going to be doing. So, you're going to get all these leads, but they're getting too. All right. So, man, I got 5,000 leads. Well, 5,000 people have you. So get ready for your email address to be pummeled. So exponential. All right. So be careful about what email address you want me to put down for you. I don't know. I have a list of our contact information from Steve, but I don't know if you want to use that email address.
Well, they can respond. You send all of us, the whole team, the interest thing.
Well, I'm going to send it to the people here and the people who reply to me that are online that might be interested.
Right.
So either text me. I don't know if they could see this. They can see it? All right, I'm going to write 312-287-0689. And for some reason, if you want to email me instead, robreview@comcast.net. I'll only submit people's names who reply. I don't want to make an assumption just because you're here that you automatically want to be part of it. And then all of a sudden, that jerk Rob put me down and now I've got 5,000 emails. You know what I mean? So I don't want to assume. So if you guys reply, I'll put you in. And what will happen is you have a PDF with your ticket, and that ticket will have your barcode. And that bar, or actually, it'll be not a barcode, but a, what do you call those square things? You know what I mean? Those quick little read things. You still need a scanner to read a barcode and or those quick little square things. What do you do with the marker? Boy, you're quick with it. You know those squares that look, they're colored. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. So the phone number and email address that you would want me to put down with your contact information, because in order to get the invitation sent out to you, and we could almost do it two ways. It's going to be sent to the email address you give me, but it'll also come to me. So let's just say the email address you want to have shown at the expo might be different than the one that I have. Maybe I can send you your invitation separately or something. I'm not exactly sure how we want to work that out. Maybe everybody says, yeah, use my same email address, and they just get ready for the 5,000. But some of these people have drip campaigns. So you're going to be on their weekly or monthly discount double check on you. You know how they keep sending things until you reply or until you opt out? So you might have to opt out. So I don't know how strenuous it may be to get 5,000 emails. I just know I'm using a different email address for that very reason. But not only because I don't want it to be overwhelming, but also so I can know the source. I'll remember where they're all coming from if I funnel them all in one email address. So just a tip. If you don't want to make
Can you
it.
explain a little bit more about the event itself?
The event itself, again, if you want to take a look at the Small Business Expo, Chicago 2018, you can see the list of vendors. It's something that happens nationally. And I saw it about probably the latter part of January, early part of February on a billboard on I-55. I haven't seen it since, but I saw it then. And they were advertising, so I said, oh, this looks nifty. So I sent something to them. They sent me a brochure of last year's attendees. And it's several hundred people. It's not all that giant. Matter of fact, I could send you a screenshot of the layout. I'm going to have one with me, but I'll send it to you in the email or the replies. It's a floor plan of maybe about 50 different booths, maybe 100 booths. The numbering system goes up to 600 and something, maybe 700, but I don't think there's 700 booths, nowhere near it. It's just the numbering scheme they picked for whatever reason. So initially when I signed up, I got a corner booth because I figured I'd have three sides of exposure instead of being tucked in between another person, only having one face facing out. Between when I joined and now, they rearranged things because they had to make room for this outfit called Shark Tank. You guys ever hear that? You all heard Shark Tank? Okay, so Shark Tank is going to be there. And they're actually going to be having auditions there. So that's going to be some extra foot traffic. Our booth, my booth, whatever you want to call it, is right next to Shark Tank. So you're going to have a lot of time to mingle with people there. And again, you don't have to be in the booth per se if you want to come to the thing. I just wanted to be part of it, to mingle, to run around. There's 5 speed networking sessions again, where you're going to have a chance to mingle with all the different people who are there, the booth holders, in addition to all the people who are showing up for free.
Okay, so it's gonna be people that have been invited through, I guess, their contacts that they already had built from years prior.
Some of the exhibitors are people from before. They're going to ask their customers to come. In addition to that, there's people who are just going to learn and or see what these little businesses have to offer. And it is free.
Learning about small business.
Right. Well, I mean, they're not necessarily small business. They call it the Small Business Expo, but they might have like Verizon there. I think Yelp is there. I mean, there's several big businesses. I can't rattle them all off at the top of my head, but I signed up in February. The 2 significant companies that I was concerned about was the real estate people, or the people in the field, because I was making sure that I wasn't next to them. But then again, maybe I wanted to be. I wasn't sure what I wanted at the time. So I just asked who are the real estate like companies in the event. At the time, there was one, I can't remember their name, and the other one was Armando Montalongo. He dropped out of having a booth, but now he's giving an hour-long presentation. So my thinking was, at our booth, we have the handouts of the AAT and essential courses shown. He's going to talk about his fix and flip offerings, which, you know, they might be nice and great, but give the people our handout and say, I want to go to Longo's thing. He's great at his fix and flip. Here's our course material. What he talks about, circle everything he talks about. And then come back and talk about the 50 things he didn't talk about. And then we could talk about our stuff.
Or catching them when they leave out. Did you like what you heard? Get some more information about real
Right.
estate.
Or come and see what we offer.
Those participants, everybody has this kind of, that we can exchange.
Right. We'll all have barcodes. I don't know what the badge is going to look like, but we're all going to download an app called Boomset. So you can download it ahead of time because I already practiced with my sister. Boomset.
Maybe, ideally, if you can distinguish people who went to those kind of real estate speech or other people.
I don't know how we're going to distinguish
Yeah, maybe
them.
this will be different.
Boomset.
Maybe we can-
I think they have more than one, so you want to download the green one. I'm going to say the green version. There's more than one Boomset app. I guess they're big on CRM, customer management software, lead generation, lead accumulation. So the app looks like this.
Oh, it's the first one. Huh?
Yeah, the green one, right.
It's the top one.
And you open it.
Download it now.
You could download it now. And I'm trying to think of how you tie. I don't think there has to be some way, and I can't put my finger on it, how you're going to associate with me at some point, other than the code that I'm going to get later. So I'm not sure how this is going to work as far as how we all get all our individual accumulation of contacts together into one massive CSV file or Excel file. I think they said CSV, and I'll just make it an Excel. It's the same thing, just about.
You're talking about this one?
Yes. So one thing I did notice is it did pull my information as I put it down. So even let's see, what was it? Oh, title. So for the heck of it, I just wrote down head when I wrote down my title, and then they wrote that there. So now I said, oh, I better be careful. So I went and tried to see, do I might have to delete that playing around and do a serious one? Well, let me recreate one without saying there's a conflict of email addresses, because I thought it was going to tell me that. So I redid mine, and then I put in the title of real estate investor instead. So that's what I was going to put for everybody, unless they have a different title I want me to use. Okay.
I'm confused though, if we load the app on this phone, and the phone number we give you to register us is different from this phone. Is that a problem?
I do not know that answer.
Right, like say if we want to use our Google Voice number. But if you haven't connected, it should still ring to your number, right? Gotcha.
I don't think, did you set up an account yet on Boomset?
I just did. Oh no, I mean I added the app. But
I mean, when it downloaded the app, it might have associated with your Gmail account, but yet that Gmail account that you had to have on your phone or your Apple, whatever you
it
have,
asked for email.
I don't know if it relates to it, because it did not. I can't answer that question. I don't know how the heck we're going to tie it all together. I could try to find out tomorrow. I'll call the event organizer and ask for some clarification as to how am I going to accumulate all this information when what they gave me might not be what they set their email accounts up with. And they jumped the gun. They set up an account, and then I come with this 11th hour information, and now they're all twisted around because now I'm giving them different instructions. So how are we going to tie this all together? So I'll see if I can find that out. Somehow I think it has to do with the code, because it's asking me what event I'm going to, as if Boomset does this for so many events. So I'm targeting the event by name. And that might be the way we all tie together. And then that says boom set. Okay, all these people are at that site. Now, what's their code? Oh, they're associated with that booth. Boom. And that's how they tie it in, regardless of what email address or anything. It's by the event. That's the way I think it's going to work. Because you're right. I mean, there's too many moving parts here. How do we, even if we all worked in the same place, we might answer these questions differently. You know, if we were all part of Verizon, you might say, I'm not putting my work address. I don't need all this junk at work. I'm going to put this new Gmail account. And then everyone else did their work email address. And yet somehow all the information still tied together.
So you're gonna be there by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
I'm going to find out how early I can get there, right? Maybe 8 or 9.
The event continue until 5 o'clock, right?
Yes.
5 o'clock. Therefore, my patience when people, of course, I hope people coming all the time.
I'm going to try to get a schedule of what the events are. I've got it in the email, but it doesn't seem like it's something I can download like a PDF. Maybe I can make one out of the email, or I just forward the email they're sending me. But it shows you the different times that the different speed networking on. The biggest thing I like is the speed network. That and Montalongo's speech at 11:30. There's other big shots talking like Google and other types of marketing outfits. There's going to be a lot of great information there. But the biggest reason I wanted to get into this was just for the leads,
So if we can't,
receptive leads
if
at
we
that.
can't come at a particular time of someone speaking, do you want us to tell you our times of availability? Like, is it gonna be like a booth where you want somebody there at certain times, so someone's always at the booth, even though people are gonna be?
You know, I'm not even stressed out about the booth. I was telling my sister, because my sister's going to join. I don't even know if I'm going to be in the booth much myself. There's going to be so much activity. I'm going to want to cruise around. So what I was thinking of doing, they made me submit a full page ad, and my spin, at least initially, back when I thought of this, was the bandit sign, the very thing that we're going to have to get away from eventually. But the bandit sign that I created, I was trying to get opinions on. Remember the one I showed you? I also decided, you know what? Let me go to corporate. So I sent it to corporate. They quickly said, nope. No, they said they've got too much of a job sounding spin to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I had to modify it a little bit. So, but anyway, it's a bandit sign basically referencing real estate investor, offering education. Then there's also marketing mention. Because it's not a bandit sign, I actually made it bigger so I could squeeze a lot of stuff that would be too much for a bandit sign, but it's got the bandit sign look to it. So at the booth, I was thinking of having that ad out there, obviously, because I have to at least match with whatever. I don't even know where that thing's being displayed because I still could not find it online.
So let's do like this. Maybe you can send an email or a schedule.
Right.
Schedule.
Mhm.
If you suggest the best time for other people to come, just suggest us. Otherwise,
I don't want to make you guys feel committed to a certain time.
Not,
Right.
but we need
Just
to know what
tell,
time.
tell us, tell others what time is the best time for them to come. Otherwise, people come randomly. I don't.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
After I finish the, our conference call in the morning,
Hmm.
I'm gonna come. Around
Okay.
noon time, I don't come.
All right. Now Montalongo's at 11:30. If you wanted to hear what he has to say, Google is whenever.
Possible. My conference call is at 11.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'll send everybody. Yes, Reba.
The year that I attended, I knew of a young lady who had small business, and what they do is they do a competition, and then they actually award the small business owners at that event. I also was able to attend many speed workshops.
Mhm.
So some of us need to probably improve our pitch, our elevator speeches, or whatever.
Right.
So I don't want them to have that big sheet on the.
So one of the things, a couple of things that we have, basically it's going to be a booth, a folding table similar to where I was using it, some of the other events, and it's going to be only, I think, 10 feet wide, 10 feet deep. It's 10 by 10. They sent me a picture of a sample of what it might look like, and it's basically if I had a square, one of those in between other people booths, I'd have walls on both sides of me, look like black curtains on, let's just say, metal tubing that
Well,
hangs.
if we were gonna come we need to bring nothing, just our phone?
It's nothing,
Okay.
nothing much. Just your phones,
So then
your
it's not
elevator
really-
pitch.
What Robert, do you understand what Robert is trying to do?
Yeah.
Therefore, of course, you can bring a business card. The purpose is generating leads.
Right.
Generating
Just
leads.
just read what you're doing, and then you're gonna get the information from, okay, exchange.
Mhm.
Instead of business card, just scan each other. The all information going to one account, the account.
Right.
Okay. Therefore, now, of course, he's paying lots of money for this event, for most of the result for him. But anyway, you have some experience. Kind of solution.
Mhm.
They have like an all-in-one. So just like to see how it works with getting, like they say, contacts. So, because you obviously can direct, like when they scan the QR code, go to the website, go to email, whatever. So, there's a way that all-in-one QR code can incorporate contact process.
Right. There's something, I'll show you an example of, I don't know if anybody's done anything yet with it, but, you pick the event. Small Business Expo Chicago. And then it shows what I've already scanned. And all I've scanned was the email they sent me and the copy of the one they sent my sister, but they sent it to me also. So when I scan mine and hers, it shows our information.
So is your sister gonna be at the booth the whole time predominantly?
Not the whole time either. I mean, she's got kids and things
So
too.
you're gonna
So
have sometimes where like nobody's gonna be at the booth.
I'll be there 24/7 or, the whole event. But I might wander also.
What
So
is the code?
there is no code yet.
No, there's no code. You send me some information.
No code yet.
Oh,
They didn't even send me the code yet.
That's a booth number, right?
Mhm.
You send the number of the booth,
Oh, the booth is 610.
16, right? I think that's not the code.
I'll send you a screenshot of the map.
Right.
You'll know where all the booths
Well,
are.
that doesn't really matter as long as you know the number of the booth.
Right.
You can figure that out, because it's not like we have to bring anything.
The biggest thing, like you were saying, the schedule. I mean, you might say, you know what, only got 2 hours to be there all day, and let me pick the most advantageous two. I'll squeeze in a speed networking and listen to a studio or stage presentation.
Well, I was just thinking about even
Okay,
too,
let's
to
close this one.
have somebody at the booth.
Some people have to go.
Okay.
All right,
Mhm.
good.
Right, we're done, right?
All right. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, let's
Well,
make
when you
this,
send us the
this event
email.
good.
Boom set green.
You
I
may
got an
wanna,
email to everybody.
Okay.
you may wanna, that's what I'm saying, since you wanna be able to move around at the booth, you may wanna have like a time set for people to commit, like 30 minutes, or they can pick the time that they can put to stay at the booth. So if someone is out.
Well, I mean, we'll work